I thought it would just be my birthday again. Then my son, who was in Iraq, showed up. Chapter 1. Another year. A lone morning light filtered through my kitchen window as I brewed coffee. Today was different. At least it was supposed to be. September 10th, my 58th birthday. I glanced at the calendar. The date circled in faded red. My daughter Melissa had called last night, apologizing that she couldn't make the 3-hour drive from Philadelphia with the twins having school and her big presentation at work. She promised to visit next weekend instead. You're still going? To do something nice for yourself today, right, Mom? She had asked. Of course, honey, I lied, knowing I'd probably spend the day like any other, reading, watching TV, maybe ordering takeout. If you're enjoying this story so far, please consider subscribing. Your support helps us bring more emotional stories, like this one to you. My name is Sarah Williams. I've lived in this modest house outside Albany since my husband Tom and I bought it after we married. Tom passed away 8 years ago from a heart attack, leaving a void that still felt raw on quiet mornings like this. Ryan, my son, had enlisted in the Army 4 years ago, following in his father's footsteps. He was on his second deployment to Iraq as a combat medic. We spoke when we could, but calls were sporadic. The last time we connected was 3 weeks ago, a scratchy conversation where I could hear his exhaustion. I was proud of him, fiercely proud. But that didn't stop the house from feeling empty, especially today. My phone buzzed. A text from my sister Janet. Happy birthday. Still on for lunch at Rosemary's at 1. At least I wouldn't spend the entire day alone. I replied with a quick, looking forward to it. Have you ever felt lonely, even on special days meant for celebration? Share your experience in the comments below. The doorbell rang at 11:30, startling me. I opened the door to find a delivery man holding a modest bouquet of daisies and carnations. These are for you. Happy birthday, he said, handing me the flowers. According to the card, they were from my book club friends. I placed them in a vase on the dining table, my eyes drifting to the family photos on the wall. The most recent, Ryan in his uniform at his deployment ceremony, looking so much like his father. It made my chest ache. I checked my phone again. No messages from Ryan, though I hadn't really expected any. Communications from his unit had been limited recently. I tried not to worry, but every mother with a child in a war zone lives with constant anxiety. Little did I know that in just a few hours, this ordinary birthday would become the most memorable day of my life. Chapter 2. The Lunch Rosemary's Cafe had been my favorite lunch spot for years. Janet was already seated at our usual corner table when I arrived. Happy birthday, sis, she exclaimed, standing to give me a warm hug. Thanks for doing this, I said, settling into my chair. It's good to get out of the house. Janet studied my face. How are you really doing, Sarah? I shrugged. I'm fine, just another day. Heard from Ryan? Not yet. You know how it is with deployments. These family moments, even in difficult times, are what make life meaningful. If you believe in the power of family connections, please subscribe to our channel for more heartfelt stories. As we ate, Janet's phone buzzed. She glanced at it, a strange expression crossing her face before quickly typing a response. Everything okay? I asked. Fine, just Bob asking when I'll be home, she said, but something felt off. She kept checking her watch and the cafe door. Are you in a hurry? I finally asked. No, not at all. Her smile was too bright. Actually, I have a surprise for you. Before I could press further, our server approached with a small cake topped with a single candle. Make a wish, Janet encouraged. I closed my eyes, and as I had for the past 4 years, wished for Ryan's safety, for him to come home whole. What would you wish for if you could have anything in the world? Share your heartfelt wishes in the comments below. As the server cut the cake, the cafe door opened. I didn't look up immediately, focused on accepting my slice. Ma'am, a male voice said beside our table. "Is this seat taken?" I glanced up, a polite refusal ready on my lips, when the world suddenly stopped spinning. Standing there, in civilian clothes but with unmistakable military posture, was my son, Ryan. He was supposed to be halfway across the world, not standing in Rosemary's Cafe wearing jeans and his old leather jacket, his face tanned, but his eyes the same bright blue as always. "Happy birthday, Mom," he said softly. I sat frozen, unable to move or speak. "Surprise," Janet whispered. Tears streaming down her face, and then I was on my feet, and Ryan was in my arms, solid, real, alive. My son was home. Chapter 3. The Revelation. "How?" I managed to ask, my voice barely a whisper. "How are you here?" Ryan guided me back to my seat, taking my trembling hands in his. "I've been planning this for months," he explained. "Got approved for leave about 6 weeks ago, but wanted it to be a surprise. Everyone was in on it," he admitted. "Melissa, Janet, even your book club friends. Those flowers this morning, they were actually from me." These precious moments of reunion remind us what truly matters in life. If you agree, please hit subscribe to support more stories that celebrate family bonds. "But your last call," I said, struggling to connect the dots. "You sounded so far away." Ryan grinned. "I was actually in Germany by then, at Ramstein. Had a layover there before flying to the States." "How long?" I asked, already dreading the answer. 3 weeks, he said. "I don't have to report back until October 5th. "And there's something else," Ryan continued, an edge of nervousness entering his voice. "Something I haven't told you yet." My heart skipped, maternal instinct instantly on alert. "It's nothing bad," he quickly reassured me. "Actually, it's really good. Have you ever received unexpected news that changed everything? Tell us about it in the comments section below." Janet gave us privacy, and once she was gone, Ryan took a deep breath. "I'm not going back to Iraq, Mom." For a moment I couldn't speak. "What do you mean?" "My tour is over. I was already scheduled to return permanently next month, but I managed to come home early, and I'm not re-enlisting. My 8 years will be up in February, and I've decided it's time for something new." "Are you sure that's what you want?" The military had become Ryan's identity. He nodded. "I've been thinking about it for a long time. I've served my country, and I'm proud of that. But now I want to serve my community and be closer to home. I've been accepted to the paramedic program at Albany Medical Center," he continued, his face lighting up. "My experience as a combat medic gives me a head start. The program starts in March, and after that, I've already spoken with the fire department here." "You're moving back home?" I could hardly believe it. "That's the plan. If it's okay with you, I thought I might stay with you until I find a place of my own." In that moment, sitting with my son telling me he was coming home for good, I felt something I hadn't experienced in a very long time. Pure, uncomplicated happiness. "Of course it's okay," I said. "Your room is exactly as you left it." Chapter 4. The homecoming. As we pulled into the driveway, I noticed something different. "Is that Melissa's car?" Sure enough, my daughter's blue SUV was parked at the curb. The front door burst open, and out came Melissa with her twins, Emma and Ethan, now 7 years old. "Surprise again," Ryan said, grinning. These family reunions remind us of what truly matters in life. If you value family stories like this one, please subscribe to our channel for more heartwarming content. "You said you couldn't come," I said, to Melissa, embracing her tightly. "I lied," she admitted without remorse. Part of the surprise. The house had been transformed. Streamers hung from the ceiling, balloons bobbed in corners, and a happy birthday banner stretched across the living room. The dining table was set with my good china, and the aroma of pot roast wafted from the kitchen. "There's more," Melissa said, eyes twinkling. "Check the guest room." Inside, suitcases were arranged, and a garment bag hung on the closet door. I told my friends from my unit about my plan, Ryan explained, and they wanted to be part of it. The doorbell rang, and soon the house filled with unfamiliar voices. 3 young men and a woman entered, each embracing Ryan with easy familiarity. "Mom, these are my friends from the 47th Combat Support Hospital," Ryan said proudly. "We served together for the past 2 years. Have you ever been surprised by the thoughtfulness of others? Share your most touching surprise moment in the comments below." "Ryan talked about you so much," said Marcus, one of his friends. "When he told us about this surprise, we all wanted to be part of it. Your son saved my life in Iraq, literally. Pulled me out of a burning vehicle." The evening unfolded in a blur of laughter, food, and stories. As guests began to leave, Ryan and I found ourselves sitting on the porch swing, a moment of quiet. "Thank you," I said simply. "This is the best birthday I've ever had." "You deserved it, Mom," he replied. "All those birthdays I missed. I wanted to make this one count." Ryan looked up at the stars. "In Iraq, on clear nights, I used to look at the stars and think about how you were seeing the same ones. It made me feel closer to home. While I was there," he continued, "I realized time goes by too quickly. Dad was gone so suddenly, and I don't want to waste any more years being halfway across the world from the people I love. This journey reminds us to cherish every moment with our loved ones. If this story touched your heart, please subscribe to see more content that celebrates these precious connections." Inside, I could hear Melissa laughing with her children, the sounds of dishes being washed, music playing softly. My home, once again filled with family. "I think your father would be very proud of the man you've become," I said, my voice thick. Ryan's arm tightened around my shoulders. "I hope so." This birthday, which had started like any other day, had transformed into a day I would remember forever. Not because of the decorations or the party, but because my son had come home, bringing with him the promise of a future, where we wouldn't be separated by oceans and war zones. As we made our way back inside, I realized that the wish I had made earlier, for Ryan's safety and return, had been granted in ways I couldn't have imagined. And for the first time in years, I felt complete. Thank you for watching this story until the end. Don't forget to subscribe and share in the comments which part touched you the most. Your support means everything to us.